Hello, ladies and gentlemen, veterans, dedicated VA employees, everybody watching. Thank you once again for coming to the channel, showing your support, watching another video, learning more about VA disability, and talking more VA disability. My name is Attorney Matthew Lang, VA accredited attorney. And in today's topic, I want to hit a topic that's a little bit more frustrating, I feel, for the veteran community and for society. And for representatives like myself. The topic I want to talk about is VA claim sharks. Now, what is a VA claim shark? Well, it's a term that we use to describe individuals or organizations that exploit veterans. They're seeking to file claims for benefits with the VA on your behalf, veterans, and these entities are often presenting themselves as experts or consultants who can help veterans navigate the complex process of filing your disability compensation claims or other benefit claims. But however, their primary motive is typically to profit from you, veteran, by charging extraordinary fees or engaging in unethical practices. So what's some of those characteristics that we see from these VA claim sharks? Well, the first big one is their unaccredited representatives. Veterans, you can go to the VA website and you can actually do a search for the VA accredited representatives. All of us, like myself, who are accredited, appear on the search. If you can't find an individual or entity on that search, it's likely because they're not accredited with the VA, and they're putting themselves out there as this expert for which they're not. They're likely that claim shark. Now, you can also go to my webpage, veteranlang.com. You should find a direct link to that search on the bottom of my page, for which you can go to as well as a quick way through. But while you're there, don't forget, if you've got some questions about your VA claim, you want to appeal anything, you might be getting reduced in benefits or some sort of proposal to reduce. You want to see if there's a clear and unmistakable error inside your claim, whatever it may be. You can also click the button to say schedule time with Veteran Lang there, and let's chat about your claim and see what we can do. All right, enough of that plug. The unaccredited representative ultimately is going to seek high fees as well. So veterans understand that the rules and laws establish what we're allowed to charge as accredited representatives. Now, sure, veteran service officers are usually going to be able to do a lot of stuff free for you just because they get paid in different ways underneath the law than what, say, myself as an accredited attorney or maybe another person who's an accredited agent is allowed to collect for fees. We can't do it the same way. But do know that when we collect fees, we're still limited to how much we can collect. The idea is that the VA has determined it's definitely reasonable for 20% of a back pay on an appeal. Now, there's still limitations and other discussions going on in our government about new claims and increased claims. So you really shouldn't be billed likely for those right now by any accredited agency or individual. But we can keep in mind, we can still go higher than that 20% on the back pay. We can hit the 33 1/3% is what the max is of the law. So veterans, you may go up to an accredited attorney and you may see that they want to charge that 30%. Also keep in mind the rules do allow us attorneys to collect fees either hourly, flat fee, or that contingency fee, or a combination thereof. So you may see that. But I give you this information because sometimes what I see out there that is concerning is the idea that these unaccredited representatives who are putting themselves out there as these experts or these claim sharks, as we have termed them, they want to charge not just back pay fees, for example, but they want to charge you a monthly fee from your monthly benefit check. And that, their veterans, should be one red flag probably more, but at least one red flag for you, that you're probably working with one of these claim sharks. Now, there's some other examples out there, but keep in mind, if those fees don't sound, again, a little bit of back pay, they don't sound like they're legitimate, maybe that flat fee is out of control, you can go seek somebody else. Now, keep in mind myself, I do have flat fee options as well, and I do have contingency fee options as well. But what I feel that most of us representatives likely try to do as we run a business and keeping our lights on to help all veterans is that we also keep in mind of what veterans you're able to pay, and we're not going to go gouging you like these claim sharks. Another thing that might pop a red flag for these claim sharks veterans is they'll guarantee an outcome. They're going to guarantee you, or they're going to promise you results. They're going to promise you approvals. They're going to promise you not just approvals, but maybe even quick approvals and quick turnarounds. Now, this is all misleading information in the complexities of the VA claim, but it's really exciting to hear. I know, I get it. It's a heck of a marketing tool. We won thousands for this veteran. Veteran got 100% because within a month or in 10 days, and we can get you the same. We can guarantee that if you use our services, you'll get 100%. Veterans, should be a red flag. I can't guarantee you anything like that. The only guarantee that I'm willing to make is that I'm going to work as hard as I can to get you the benefits you're entitled to and you deserve based upon the evidence presented. Now, it's not always going to be quick. Sometimes it will be. But I can't guarantee the speed either because I'm not in control of the VA. I don't move the claim around. I'm not in charge of the logistics. So keep in mind, veterans, these claim sharks are going to guarantee these outcomes because they're really appealing. I can get this much money that fast. Maybe, probably not. Another tactic they may use is high pressure sales tactics. They're going to get you to sign contracts. They're going to get you to agree to their services without fully understanding the terms. Veterans, if you walk into a company and they're telling you you've got to sign up today in order to get a deal, or you sign up today, they're not letting you walk away, remember, you're working with a salesman. You're not working with a representative. That's my opinion. Veterans, I'm going to tell you when you come to me, again, veteranlang.com, if you choose to. When you come to me, I may not be able to handle your claim, and I'm going to let you know that. I may not feel that your claim is a winnable case. Not that it isn't. It just may be outside of what my skills and abilities can do. I may tell you that, veterans, maybe it's something that you can save some money on even, and you can go to a VSO. I'm going to inform you of these options. This is how I work my practice. Now, is it how all attorneys that are accredited do? I don't know. I'm not them. But I want you to understand that there is a difference between a sales person who's pressuring you, like a car salesman maybe. And it's kind of a bad rep, and I apologize for the good car salesman for using that term. But if that's what they're doing, you're likely, again, working with this claim shark. They're out to get you to pay a bunch of money. They're going to have you sign a contract. And I see it a lot when you browse to the internet, the social medias. Veterans are like, oh, they now realize that they're working with a claim shark. They've signed a contract. What can I do? How do I get out of it? I'm not saying you can't. But there's going to be a lot of legal issues that are going to be involved, a lot of things to consider. You may just end up having to now hire a more expensive attorney, veterans, to get you out of it, or you may be stuck in the contract, unfortunately, even though we're working with somebody who's unethically practicing and somebody who's gouging you in the process. So keep in mind, these are just some of the characteristics of these VA claim sharks. They're going to be unaccredited. They're going to request really high fees. They're going to guarantee outcomes. and they're going to pressure you into a sales tactic. Veterans, if you do happen to end up working with one of these claim sharks, unfortunately, and it does tend to happen, maybe they're really good at making themselves look like they're accredited. Now, again, go to the website, VA's website. Again, you can find it on the bottom of my website, veteranlane.com, the link to it to search them up and see if they show up. But they should be acknowledging even on their websites that whether they're accredited or not. If you don't see that they are accredited on their website and you don't find them in the webpage at the same time, just keep in mind. Probably shouldn't be working with them. But again, if you do end up mistakenly working with one of these claim sharks, here's the risk that you have involved. Financial losses, right? Veterans, you may lose money to these individuals without receiving a legitimate assistance. And again, we've already talked about the contract issue. You can definitely be stuck in a contract that you owe a bunch of money to when you really shouldn't have to owe. Or you end up with a financial loss having to hire now an attorney who has to charge you maybe an hourly rate in order to legally battle that contract. Delayed claims is a possibility. Improper handling of claims can result in delays or denials, affecting your ability to receive timely benefits. And now I know, even when the claims are properly handled, there can still be delays just naturally in the process and all the red tape. But please don't fall for the guaranteed outcome that they are getting claims done in 10 days or 30 days, and because ultimately they could be causing additional delays in your claim once you're signed up, to the point where they're giving you bad guidance, bad information, they're giving you bad evidence, and that triggers the VA. Some of these claim sharks are actually on the VA's list. I witnessed this inside the VA. There's definitely times where mass emails will go around and say, if you've seen anything from this individual or organization, don't recognize them and don't accept anything that they provide. It happens, veterans. So that could be a potential delay of your claim. You may not know it, but you may be thinking you're working with somebody who's really going to truly follow through those promises, and ultimately you've got a delayed claim because they have some back legal issues with the VA that are preventing the VA from even considering anything that they file. You also have to be careful, veterans, with your personal information. You know, as attorneys back here, we worry about that as well. I know I do. I have a lot of your life in front of me. VA worries about it, I know, quite a bit, because they have a lot of your life in front of you too. We do what we can to protect all that information. We have a lot of safeguards in place, securities in place. We follow rules and regulations underneath the federal law to keep all that protected. But keep in mind, these claim sharks may not. They may risk your personal and sensitive information. They may misuse it. They may mishandle it. Again, they're already working outside the law. They're unethically practicing. What's going to stop them from doing that with your information? So veterans, keep in mind, not everybody out there is a claim shark. You do have some medical consulting companies that are deemed legal, and what they're doing is providing you a benefit of helping with DBQs or independent medical opinions. But what you have to be careful of is understanding that even them, they're not representing you in your claim, as they can't. They're not, if they're not accredited companies. They have to be non-biased in the situation. So if you have, again, a company who says they're going to help you get a bunch of medical evidence and they're going to guarantee the outcome of their medical evidence, and they want thousands, 5, 6, 7 maybe, and remember, actual experts are going to want to get paid too, but some outrageous number, these are claim sharks. that should not be advising. They shouldn't be filing claims for you. They're not allowed to. They can't see your record, can't see your file. So veterans, I think one thing I would say to combat the issue in protecting yourself is use accredited representatives. And why do I say that? Is because us accredited representatives, the one thing that we're going to do is we're going to file the proper paperwork with the VA, a VA Form 21-22A in my case, or a VA Form 21-22, where the VA now will see that we're going on record, and they're going to know whether we're accredited or we're allowed to work your claims or not. And if we are, they're going to give us access to your claim file, and we can actually see your record and properly guide you by looking at everything that the VA has. A lot of these claim sharks will just try to have you give them information, and they're going to just run with whatever you give them, and they're not going to see your file, nor are they going to go on record. So keep that in mind. That's one way of protecting yourself. Use an accredited representative. Again, through the website, you can search us up, BSOs, attorneys, agents, and also know that if we're representing you, we're likely going to go on record completely, unless we're just helping you fill out maybe an initial claim. We may not. I mean, it depends on how we do it, but still, go seek the VA accredited website and be a little more cautious if somebody's not going on record for some reason. Verify all credentials. Again, it's just checking that website again. It's really the same thing. Be cautious of the fees. If you get a contract for fees from somebody, it's, in my mind, it's okay to go back and check with search up an accredited attorney. Go to your family attorney even and have them maybe just review that contract, see what their thoughts are. Maybe they can save you some pain in the future. Just be cautious. Again, the fees have to be within a certain range. And the biggest example I think of is the easiest one to see is anybody who takes money from your benefits every month for a certain number of months. That's definitely a concern. We talked about the contracts again. Read them carefully. Don't just sign on a whim. Don't just right there on the spot. If they're not letting you walk away, it's probably not somebody you want to work with. If they do let you walk away, hey, take the contract again. Review it. Give it to another attorney, family attorney, like I said, or another. Run it through an accredited attorney, VA attorney. Get the opinions. Ladies and gentlemen, veterans, really what I want to do today is just kind of warn you of these claim sharks, give you some overall information, overview of it all. I can't tell you exactly what they're all doing. I've seen a few. I do know from the VA perspective that there's definitely attempts to try to prevent these individuals from operating. Unfortunately, the General Counsel Office of the VA only has, again, so many attorneys. There's always budget issues. There's always other hurdles that have got to be jumped. I have seen them give out letters of cease and desist letters. Unfortunately, as these claim sharks grow out of control, laws don't mean a whole lot if they can't be enforced, but we can't enforce them if we don't have the right resources. And again, with our government always in a debate over budgets and budget issues, we just don't know when that help is going to come. So veterans, be informed, be careful, be mindful of who you're seeking assistance from. Make sure that you're using somebody who's accredited. Again, if you're going to use a medical consulting company, make sure that they're not advising you in how to file your claim, what to do. They're not filing paperwork for you, because then they turn into a representative who's unaccredited. Just be careful. All right, veterans, everybody watching. That is my frustration, my public service announcement, my soapbox, whatever you want to call it. But be careful out there. Always subscribe, like, share the videos. Don't forget to make any comments of things you'd like to see in the future, discussed, any questions you've got. Always happy to provide more education on this platform for all of us to work together. All right, everyone. Thank you again. Have a wonderful day.